In this lecture, we'll have a look at the infrared line sensor. An infrared line sensor is a simple device made up of an infrared emitting LED and an infrared sensitive photoresistor. You could use one of these sensors to build a robot that follows a dark line on the floor, or your own heart rate monitor. The principle of operation is very simple. The transmitter produces infrared light which bounces off a surface and comes back to be captured by the photoresistor. The more infrared light is reflected back into the photoresistor, the higher the output of the sensor gets. In our experiment, we will use the QRE1113 line sensor from SparkFun. You can get something like this on eBay for less than $2. The circuit is very simple. All you need is the Arduino, 3 jumper wires, and the QRE1113 line sensor. Let's have a look at the demo. Assembly is really simple. Depending on where you bought the sensor from, it's probably already got headers on it, so you're not going to have to solder them, otherwise you will. If you turn the back, you'll see the markings for each of the pins. Just 3, VCC and ground in the 2 edges, and then the output signal in the middle. Just plug it anywhere on your breadboard and connect first power to 5 volts. Ground, and the pin in the middle, output. Can go to one of the analog inputs. And plug the board into the computer and upload the sketch. And you can see the output of the monitor. The output of the sensor fluctuates as I'm putting my finger right onto the sensor. My finger then reflects more or less infrared light from the emitter, depending on its position on the sensor. Just like the hardware part, the software part, the sketch, is also very simple. All we need to really do is use the analog read function, provide 0 as a parameter so that we read the analog pin 0. Take a value out of that and then print it out to the monitor. We declare a variable out in which we're going to store the value that we read from the sensor, and we simply print out that same value to the monitor. That's it with the line sensor experiment. As always, before moving on to the next lecture, please have a look at the quiz questions for this lecture, Lecture 13.